Good Wednesday morning. I had an itch right as we went to me on camera. Had to scratch it. Hey, I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum. Most hosts would have been like, cut it off, delete it. Not this guy. I'm so humble. I let you see my mistakes and everything, folks.
Hey, an itch is an itch.
Yeah, it was bothering me for right there. I should have itched it long before that. I was fighting it. And then you've got 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. And folks, you might think he's getting out of here early today for golf like he does sometimes on Wednesdays. He's all dressed up. He's getting home. He's doing his SummerSlam picks today. He's going to be picking the matches, reading into them, getting ready to go for this weekend WWE action. Dale Hellestray, everybody.
Good morning, Steven. How are you?
Oh, broke out the Steven.
Yeah, how are you this morning?
Doing good today. No
Yeah?
problems.
Yeah, how's the business world out there?
Bad today.
Yeah?
Yeah, don't check your 401ks.
Okay.
Depression City today.
All right.
Waiting on the Fed announcement to come out later on today, 11 o'clock or so. Your D-backs first pitch is 9:35.
Ooh.
Who's looking forward to that after last night?
Everybody. They're on a roll, Steve. They're on a roll.
A roll of what? Down the hill?
A roll of one.
The Diamondbacks looks like that. Dale probably won't get this right, but somewhere over in Europe they do this thing where they roll things of cheese down a hill and people chase them.
I have seen that.
You have seen that? Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
the Diamondbacks look like right now. They look like they're chasing the rolls of cheese. It's just tumbling as they're going down.
Well,
Diamondbacks.
I woke up this morning. We watched the last few innings of that game yesterday. Felt horrendous for Brandon Pfaadt. Boy, he pitched a gem.
Yeah, I know.
They get no decision.
No, I mean, it's just they came back and won it. Let's give them credit. They came back and won it. But serious questions.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to talk about this here in just a few. We'll set up the rest of the show. But I just hope to God, I don't hate Seawald. He falls apart. And in the back of my mind all year long, it's like, hopefully it doesn't come. Hopefully it doesn't come. But then it gets exasperated because they keep throwing him out there. It's clear the guy cannot close the game right now. And if it's like 2023, they're just going to be like, here he goes again. Here he goes again. Stop it. Protect the guy, man. You always say you got to protect the players, Tori. Protect Seawald at all costs because the guy can't pitch right now. Don't keep throwing him out there. So protect him. I feel sorry for Seawald because he's going to throw him back out there today. Oh, we're just going to give him the ball again. I don't have Tori. I have what Tori spoke about yesterday in written form because when they're on the road, you don't get the after game conversations and videos like you do when they're at home. But Jack Summers posted what he did say out there, so I do have that coming up. So we'll talk about that here, Dale. We are 1 month away. 1 month from today, Saturday, August 29th. First college football games of the year.
Really?
Yeah. That's that North. I mean, I don't know who's looking forward to this one, but that's that North Carolina game over in Dublin against TCU.
Oh, okay.
At least the Big 12 teams involved in it. 1 month from today as well. I'll give you the rest of the lineup for that day coming up. NFL talk, obviously. I've got a move the Cardinals can make that would just blow the fan base away.
Ooh. I
Let's do it.
can't wait to hear it.
And I'm going to give props to a guy that I generally don't give props to. I don't think he's a good head coach. I don't like him as a head coach. I think he's good enough to get you to a certain level, but not over the hump. But I'm going to give some props to Kyle Shanahan today after yesterday.
Comes out and sets the record straight.
I take all my bad things I say about the guy. He did something that when was the last time we saw somebody do what he did yesterday?
Yeah.
People don't do that. It's easy to point fingers, hide, blame. And I was accusing him of hiding. Folks, he isn't hiding. He ain't hiding at all. He just came out. It was beautiful. Not what happened to him and what he did wasn't beautiful.
Right.
How he handled it was beautiful yesterday. I might have to become a Niners fan here coming up.
You got him. You've got at least some thoughts on on Mr. Jerry Jones. And
Well, yesterday was my favorite day of the year in the preseason. Jerry Jones went to the microphone yesterday. And in years past, not every year, but most years, Jerry Jones says stupid things, and you just have to play it and laugh and have some fun with it. He did what Jerry Jones generally does, but in a toned down form. And his son has to like tap him on the shoulder, like, "Okay, old man, settle down," and then take over the press conference. Didn't happen really yesterday. And I'll just say this: we're coming to an end of these press conferences. Jerry Jones is an older man, and man, I'm actually getting to the point where I'm like, get him off the microphone. He's. You want to remember Jerry Jones the way he was, not this old man. He just looks so old out there and stuff like that. So yeah, I got one clip for you. It took me a while to figure out which clip I was going to play because I was so subdued yesterday.
Yeah.
But I do. If there's one man you can look to on positivity, whether he means it or not, Dale, he is the most positive guy about his crappy team out there. Like, he just doesn't. They can be on the road for one win this year, and he's going to sell you on how great this team's going to be and how excited he is for it to happen and all of this stuff. He is quite the showman when it comes to that. And you know him. You've obviously played for him for a bunch of years.
Yes. A much younger version.
He was probably more aggressive back then and probably more in your face back then than he is now, to be honest with you. But he still got that. He still got that style.
He was pretty hard charging, and again, I've heard some people talk, back when him and Jimmy first got together. I mean, Jerry's first 5, 6, 7 years in the league, he's trying to make his money back.
Yes.
Because he spent every last penny that he had.
Yeah, which is funny to think about now, isn't it?
Yeah.
He bought a couple hundred.
I think it's 140 million.
Yeah. And that was like everything he had to buy that team.
Yes.
And now he's just like, which yacht am I taking today? What yacht am I hanging out on today? Oh, I'm on this yacht? I don't like this yacht. I'm going to go to the other yacht. Load up the helicopter. Let's go to the other yacht.
Sure's docked up in Oxnard.
We'll talk a little Jerry Jones today. As well. Ann chimes in on the YouTube chat. Don't forget, live on YouTube, 8 to 10 a.m. For those of you joining us afterwards, either on demand on YouTube, on demand on Rumble, or, of course, on your favorite podcast systems. Thank you very much out there. Ann says, Fott looked great. No thanks to Seawald. Oh. Seriously, it's just, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing.
I just hope they protect him. That's all I'm going to say is stop throwing him out there.
First of all, you got to start. They won.
Yeah, that's the good news.
They won somehow, some way. But, we can point at Seawald all we want. We can talk about the comeback of Pittsburgh and then somehow overcoming that and winning it in extra innings.
If you have a 6-0 lead and you lose that lead, I think it's even twice as hard to win that game.
Yes, to come back and right the ship and all that. But you still look at I heard this last night, and I had to double-check it this morning.
I know where you're going with it, because I was watching it during the game yesterday.
And the Diamondbacks were 3 for 27.
27.
I just heard a little blurb of that, and I'm like, whoa.
I think it was 2 for 21 at one point.
Wow. And, again, Brandon Pfaadt, I think, pitched his ass off. As good of a job as you can possibly hope for him. That gives you 7 innings, no runs. Does it in 101 pitches.
Yeah.
And then look out.
Thompson, and also says they left Thompson in too long for that 2/3 of an inning that he was in there. He gave up 3 earned runs right off the bat after Pfaadt was in there, of course. Yeah, I mean, the bullpen's been overexposed. We talked about it yesterday with Bruce Cooper. Ever since they had to go to those young kids and they were going 4, 5 innings, then the bullpen's been out there. Seawald hasn't been overexposed.
No.
He hasn't pitched since last Friday. He should be healthy as can be out there, and things to that effect. But the bullpen's obviously tired. And then here's the problem. Now you have an off day tomorrow, but today the game starts at 9:35 this morning, Dale.
Yeah.
The lineups are out. I've already reposted them. They used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys out of the bullpen yesterday. And you have a 9:30 game today. Okay, good luck with that. What do we have? 2 guys in the bullpen for that's available today.
Well, I mean, if you look at that, the Pirates used 5 out of the bullpen.
Here's the other side of it. Last 2 games, Pirates bullpen is trash. It's not good, and we can't score off of their bullpens. Their starter went 4 innings yesterday. Gave up 4 earned runs. You have 1 earned run off of 5 guys out of the bullpen that aren't good. Here are the ERAs of the Pittsburgh bullpen guys that came in yesterday. 4.53, 6.29, 4.83, 3.63, 4.44. 1 earned run off of the bullpen. What? Yeah, 3 for 27 though. They had 27 opportunities in a game. Now it went 12, so it's not 9 innings. But 27 guys that a base hit's going to score on,
Right.
in theory. And you can only do it 3 times.
That's a pretty bad percentage.
It's disgusting. It's
I didn't
it's just
major in math,
disgusting.
but yeah.
Well, the Pirates were 5 for 19.
Yeah.
Now, that got shot up with a grand slam as well. Let's have a little fun today, Dale. We haven't shown a highlight from Seawald in a while. Let's see how Seawald went here yesterday, folks. Let's tune into that. Here's Seawald last night.
This is deep. Did he do it?
Oh, he did it.
Ryan Reynolds has tied this game. What a comeback, Pittsburgh! Your Pirates are in this thing for the long haul.
First of all, lame call, Pirates
Yeah.
announcer. That was kind of lame. Second of all, that pitch was batting practice down the middle, and he just sat on it. Dear God, I think you and I could have hit that ball out of the ballpark.
Steven.
That ball was down the middle, batting practice. That guy's like, "Oh, are we at batting practice again?" Or you're from your closer. You want to know how bad Seawald's been, Dale? I got it for you.
He's still only blown 3 saves this year.
Great. Only, huh? How many were we going to give him an opportunity to blow?
5.
Is that what we're going to do
Yeah,
before he
I
starts?
think the number's 5, don't you?
His last 7 games, 9.53 ERA combined. His last 15 games, 8.78 ERA. His last 30, 5.53 ERA. Not good.
Right before he gave up the home run, whoever was calling the game on TV.
Yeah, because the normal guy's off,
Yeah.
right? So I think Chris Garagiola is filling in for him on TV now.
Right before he gave up the home run, he goes, it's been feast or famine with old Seawald. In fact, he either smooths right through it or
So it's his fault.
it gets out of hand.
It's his fault.
Bing!
Once you get the guy on base, you go, oh, crap. And the next guy gets on base, and you go, oh, double crap. And then once the third guy gets on there, you go, we're losing this thing. You can just see it coming. And you got 3 batters before you can replace him. Well, he started the inning, so no, that's not the case. But dear God, have somebody warming up. So if he does load the bases, somebody else can come in and help out. Ugh. But here's the thing, though. Yeah, he's got a ton of saves, but I just gave you that stat of his thing. His ERA is, a closer should not have a post 5 ERA at any point during the season. Maybe game 1 if you blow your first save. Maybe then you can have a 5. But closers shouldn't be above 2 or 3, folks. No, shouldn't be there. So now his ERA is officially 5.26. If your ERA is 5.26, you should never close a ball game again until that gets back down. That should be the rule. It shouldn't even be a question mark. You shouldn't even have to negotiate with it. You are no longer the closer when your ERA is 5.36. It's not that hard to do. You just go, hey, Seawald, Have a seat, pal. And like I said, protect him. Stop giving him the ball and throwing him out there. At some point, it goes from the pitcher's issue to the manager keep throwing him out there and letting him fail. Hey, Dale, if you had an offensive lineman at whatever high school you're at, right, who just is a turnstile and he can't block anybody and he's not getting better and he's not listening, he's not being able to figure it out, you just stick with him every day, every game?
No, you're gonna try and make a change.
Yeah.
If you have another guy, of course.
Yeah.
And I think the Diamondbacks have another guy. I like that Carrillo guy.
This is the point. I know J Mart's still maybe 3 weeks out. He hasn't started doing any rehab assignments. He's just still throwing whatever in those rehab leagues or whatever. He's going to need some more time here. So you got a little bit of a window. I don't care who it is at this point. Oh, me out there. Let me throw the softballs for everybody on that.
But even with all this doom and gloom,
Oh,
this woe.
Before you get to that, because we're gonna end this Diamondback segment with a positive, Dale, and I know where you're going there. Here's what Torey. I don't want to go do the positive, and then have to go back to what Torey said last night. Let's be clear about this. Torey, I believe Torey cannot make a move on the closer without the front office signing off on it, meaning Hazen. So Torey's handicapped right now until he gets approval. Will he get that approval is the question. They might say, keep throwing him out there. What was that in Top Gun after Goose died? Keep throwing him up there. He'll learn.
And he did eventually.
Yeah, eventually he did. He snapped out of it eventually. But you know what? How many games are you going to lose in that time frame? Torey, yesterday. This is from a transcript. Jack Summers posted this. And because you, again, on the road, you don't get the access that you get when it's a home game with them. Here's what Torey said, quote, to get where we're going, we need Sewald to go out there and get those big outs. We'll count on him. He's going to get the baseball and continue to get those types of outs for us, unquote. You know what he's also going to do? Lose you the game. But I get it. Torey needs to hype up his guy. This is what Torey's doing. I know you get frustrated with Torey in these situations because it's just easier if he goes, this is unacceptable and we need to figure this out. And changes. Everything's on the table. That's what he should have said.
Right.
What Torey says, though, is, oh, he's going to continue to be the guy he is. He's going to keep getting us big outs, and we're going to need him. He's going to get better. Oh, and he will. That's Torey, right? The reporter says, quote, do you plan on giving him the next save opportunity, unquote. Torey's response, quote, I haven't thought anything about tomorrow. I've got to get through right now. But if there's something that will happen, I'll make sure that I talk it to the right people first, unquote.
So does he have your cell?
Yeah, well, I texted him.
Yeah.
Before that ball landed.
Which one?
That was the Grand Slam. The hell you doing? Is all I texted him. And he responded back with this emoji. Right in the middle of the game, too. It was weird. That last line, though, I'll make sure that I talk to the right people first.
I might give you a little insight into how decisions are made.
Yeah, he has no say in what to do with Sewald. If Sewald's in this game today, it's because he was told to put Sewald in the game today. If you know what I mean. Not he has to pitch. You're not taking him out of this role. He's your guy. Get out there and do it. I firmly believe that. And Jack Summers tends to agree with me on that, too. Jack said, I don't think he can just remove him from the closer's role without discussing with the front office first. So Jack Summers is on my side of that, where I believe Torey has no say in it.
Right.
Torey can go to him and lobby for it. I can't keep putting him out there. And Hazen goes, you are going to keep putting him out there. You are going to keep doing it. It's worrisome. There shouldn't even be this discussion.
Well, just remember the last year that Paul Sewald struggled kind of late in the year.
Here we go. World Series bound, baby.
World Series, baby.
But, again, they backed into the playoffs. All of that. And they would have won a lot more games if they didn't keep throwing Paul Sewald out there for a month and a half of blowing saves before they finally gave up on him. This team has a tendency, like I said, I'm not going to put it all on Torrey because I believe there's other factors involved here. This team has a tendency to let guys work it out. Well, when it's your closer, if it's your third baseman and he's not hitting, it'll cost you some games, but you should be able to get through that with other guys. Sorry, folks, when it's your closer, and here's the other side of it, Dale. He's not giving up bloop singles that are just landing in the right spot.
No,
these balls are being launched to the moon. They're orbiting the moon and coming back. That's the problem. That's what's more alarming to me. Is these aren't bloop singles. These aren't, oh, the guy just hit a single between shortstop and third. It's good placement. Bad luck for you. No. These are launched balls that meatballs he's throwing in there. That's the problem with it. But I just gave you the stats there. It's not like he's been pitching well for a while. But they got the win yesterday. Here's what I find fascinating. He's struggled in other opportunities, and they've gotten the wins, so people haven't talked about it.
Right.
Last night's the first time majority of the people, even though they won, all the conversation is on the closer. Which tells me we're at the point now where it's like, get him out of there. We don't want him anymore. Well, social media, reporters, everybody is now on the side of he can't go back out there.
I think the fact that the team can go 3 of 27 with runners in scoring position is not even on the screen as a reason. That's how big this closer situation is.
That's you're going down the pipeline where I'm thinking here. So you're thinking kind of like I am. This team has serious issues.
Yes.
We focus on the hitting all the time here. Nobody's talking about the hitting today. Everybody's talking about one thing. That's your closer. If that doesn't tell Torrey and Hazen you've got to make a change, I don't know what will. Because today the conversation should be the hitting. Yes, your closer gave up the thing, but you still won. That has been swept. That gets swept under the rug so quick.
Yep.
And it ain't being swept under the rug today, folks. Last night, I thought it was just because it was in the moment last night that I saw it. Folks, it's continuing this morning. I loaded my little Twitter thingy here, and it's just Sewald needs to go. Add closer to your buy list. All of this stuff on there this morning. People woke up angry. Nobody's talking about anything that happened in this game. If you did not watch this game, you think nobody's talking about the fact that why aren't the Diamondbacks challenging bad pitches? There was like 4 pitches in a row yesterday during that game that were outside the zone. And not one person challenged it. We could be talking about that. Nope. Everybody's focused on one thing. That's alarming to me. And the Diamondbacks have a history, Dale, of ignoring the outcries until it becomes so overwhelming they have to act on it. Protect Sewald. Don't let him go close another game. Can't do it. Put him in the 7th inning. Have him blow the 7th inning. Have him blow the 8th inning. He cannot close a game in the 9th for the time being. He can't. Protect him, Dale. He's pitched so well this year. And it's falling apart. And that's the other side of it. It's not like this just happened yesterday. It's been leading up to this. He hasn't been well the last couple of weeks. There you go. I don't know. This, before we get to the positive.
You're trying to put it off.
Before we get to the positive. You're playing the teams you're competing with for a wild card spot.
Mm-hmm.
And you're getting embarrassed by them in embarrassing fashions. Your starting pitchers are pitching well. You're not getting the wins because of your bats. Yesterday, you didn't get wins because of your bats and Paul Sewald. That's the other side of it. Everybody's lumping on to Paul Sewald. Yes, you had the win in hand when he went out there, and you should have won that game. 100%. But I also am not going to ignore you're not getting timely hits when guys are on. 27 opportunities of guys in running scoring position, folks. A base hit gets them home in theory. 27 times, and you converted 3 of them. That's a huge problem also. So you can't ignore. We're all going to because it was Sewald yesterday. All right, Dale, what's the positive?
Well, having just listened to Steve for last 5 minutes,
Well, you were on it too.
You would think that the Diamondbacks were the Colorado Rockies, sitting there 14 games out of a playoff spot and all that, and yet you wake up this morning, the sun comes up, it's going to be hot in Phoenix, and there's your Arizona Diamondbacks, 1 game ahead of the Pirates.
Well, throw it up, Ethan. You got a call for it, Dale. There you go.
Firmly in third place spot of the wild card race. Steve, do you realize with the win today, they clinched the series against Pittsburgh, so the tiebreaker.
Yep.
And you very well could be tied with the Phillies for the second wild card spot.
Yeah, Dale. But if you put Seawald out there, you could also be tied in a 3-way tie for the last playoff berth spot with the Pirates and the Nationals, who you just got done playing, both of those teams.
Yeah, you win today, you win the series against the Pirates.
Yeah, but if you lose, you're tied with them and the Nationals if the Nationals get a win. I do find it funny, man. Diamondbacks were 6 games above 500, playing well. Won 8 of 12 or something ridiculous like that. Just dominating 10 of 12, dominating 6 games above 500. Look like they're going to go on this run, and you just got to get closer back to 500. You just can't get the rope just pulls you back. Like I said, they got last night feels like a loss, but they got the win last night. I wonder how many people turned the game off. Keep it up for another second here, Ethan. I want to talk about something else. But I wonder how many people turned it off and Seawald blew it. Like, they're not going to win this now. But I will give them that credit. To come back in that situation is huge.
Yep.
Your closer blows the game, and you're just sitting there, and you got to fight back to get it back into that. You go to 12, and you pull out the win. That's phenomenal. And then, remember, they lost 10th inning the game before, so it's not like they're getting blown out by the Pirates.
Right.
But here's the other problem. By playing this way, 2 things are happening. The Padres have won 4 in a row. They're making a run back into this conversation. Marlins, who lost 14 in a row after their amazing July, are sticking around as well. Cardinals are fading. I expect the Cardinals to keep fading here as well. But you're leaving these teams in the conversation. You're not putting distance to where they have to fight back into it, right, to keep going, and things to that effect. Now, you get a day off tomorrow. Get up there and win this game today. Starting lineup is out, but you're allowing teams to stick around, and that's not good. But you are correct. They can literally. Phillies are sucking. Lost the last 2. They weren't good against the Yankees over the weekend, and things to that effect. They're scuffling just like you are a little bit, up and down, up and down, up and down. Problem is you have 5 teams scuffling for 2 spots. You got to keep fighting. You got to keep fighting that out there. That's where you get frustrated. That's why you can't keep throwing Seawald out there. You don't have a margin of error here.
Well, imagine if they built up a 10-0 lead. Then you wouldn't have to see Seawald.
They had a 6-0 lead.
And what's amazing is with that, it gets Ryan Thompson completely off the list. And he's the one who gave up the first 3.
Well, that's issue. Yeah,
you almost forget about it. If he goes out there and has a clean inning, and all of a sudden you're in the.
I did see a lot of people last night say DFA Thompson now, and get another reliever up here.
But you don't even bring him up.
I know.
You think he's sitting in the dugout as Seawald's giving the dingers going.
He's chewing the bubble gum. Yeah, all of a sudden he's chewing a little slower, relax. Puts his arms up a little bit, leans back.
Nobody's looking at me anymore.
So today's lineup, 9:35 a.m. starting time. Carroll leadoff, Perdomo second, Moreno third, Marte's DH today at 4th as well. I'm actually surprised he's in the lineup, to be honest with you, after the late game last night there. So he's in the inning. Kepler left field, Arenado next up, and then Tawa, Vargas, Barosa center field today, and then Rodriguez on the mound. Where's Waldschmidt at, man? Come on. Dude's been making plays in the outfield. I know. It's lineups, it's matchups, and all of that nonsense, but
Well, I know.
Let him rake. Let him rake.
Hopefully, Erod can regain some of that magic from the first half of the year.
Dale, if he could pitch better than Fott did yesterday and still lose the game, apparently. He can go 7 innings, 0. He can go 8 innings, 0 earned runs. It's not what your starter does at this point. He's got to pitch nearly perfect.
Isn't it weird? We're sitting here, 80% of our conversations have been negative.
I know, and they're still in the
No, they are. It's not like they're not, because, 3 weeks ago we're talking about, well, yeah, they got to pass 4 teams to get in there. It's one thing if it's just you and one team.
But it just goes to what Tory teams do to us, man. I guarantee you, most of the Valley woke up today thinking they lost last. Even though they know they won, it feels like a loss yesterday.
Brooke goes, wow, there weren't that many people there left at the game. I go, well, got to remember, it's 10:45 there.
And, it's Pittsburgh, too.
Yeah.
You don't drive
on a Tuesday night.
Exactly, against the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
It's no, that is funny. I wonder what was the attendance last night. I can look it up here. I'll tell you in just a second here. 19,024 people there last night. And it thinned out as the game went on as well on top of it. So so you're out there today. Got to get it done.
Win one for the Gipper.
You got to win this series. This is your chance because you have an off day and then you got Cleveland, which Cleveland's not a slouch this year either. So that's just where you get frustrated. That's why I say they're a 500 team. They're good enough to always beat the bad teams. They're good enough to stick their head up every once in a while, like the Dodgers, and sweep a series against them. And then when you play teams that are probably equal to you, they just frustrate the living heck out of you. It is fascinating to see, but they're still in it. But like I said, the biggest thing that can't be ignored is you have a bullpen issue and you have specifically a closer issue. And that will tear a locker room apart faster than anything.
Yes,
and I would even argue, Dale, the second time it happens, it's going to be worse for the locker room.
And that's the thing. When you put him back in there, whether it's today or whether it's Monday or Tuesday or whatever that is, you're going to be holding your breath. You're going to be you're going to be expecting the same thing that happened last night.
That's why I honestly think, I don't know, Erod throws 7 innings today. Let's just say that. And you have a 4, 5, 6 run lead. Go Sewald out in that situation.
Yeah, but we've seen him in that situation too.
But that's what I'm getting at. And you have the quickest hook you've ever seen before. He gets 1 guy on, 2 guys on, he's out. Somebody else is in there. But, because that's the problem that Tory does is he obviously didn't have it last night. And just leave him out there. I know there's rules you have to work around, but he leaves him out there and leaves him out there. And everybody's going, he don't have it. For the love of God, get him out as quickly as possible. And he just throws that meatball right down the middle. You might as well have just been like, hey, gonna throw it right down the middle. Be ready for it. It's going to be about 85 miles an hour. The guy was just waiting for it, too, on top of it. So there we go, folks. You're Diamondbacks. I don't know what else to say about it.
Well,
you're in it. You're in it, but are the Diamondbacks going to do what they generally do and keep giving the guy the opportunity? Or do they recognize change needs to happen now? We need to change something up now so we don't fall into that trend. History says the second thing, the first thing. Oh, we're just going to keep throwing them out there. History says that. This fan base might show up with pitchforks next home game if they keep that up.
Well, hey, but there's also the adage that, as you said, throw them right back out there. Yeah. Because you got to feel the game ended, at 11 o'clock East Coast time and all that, and you're up bright and early this morning. It's Tory and Hazen and whoever else is involved in the decision. Have they even had a chance to talk?
Oh, they better have.
Or do you just throw him back out there if it comes about today?
Yeah.
and keep your fingers crossed and pray to whoever your God is.
You put him at the beginning of the inning because then you can move him anytime, pretty much. You don't put him in halfway through the inning. But that's the thing. You just put him out there.
If you see any sign.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, 2 guys on, you're out.
Oh, yeah.
You're out. If 1 guy gets on, you might be out. I'm like, all right. But
You still have to face, 3 batters?
I think it's 3, yeah. So you have
So
to.
you just have him intentionally walk. the next
Exactly. Yeah,
2.
you walk the 3rd guy so he can get somebody else. But I'm not saying we give up completely on Seawald. I'm saying he can't go in there to close out a game.
I try to put myself in the mindset of Seawald as an athlete. And the fact is, he's got to know he's struggling. Does he know why? Is it ball placement? Is it lack of speed? Is it I just don't feel it. He woke up or got up for his nap yesterday.
That would worry me because he's had several questionable. He's given up runs in 7 of his last 8 or 6 of his last 7, something ridiculous like that. So it doesn't seem like it's a feel. Well, I mean, you could answer that. Like, if you had, let me, you never had this happen, thank goodness. But I have a feeling that if you had 7 bad snaps in a row,
you don't get another chance, Steve.
Well, no, you don't. But you would know what you're doing wrong. It's just, how do I fix it?
Right.
Whether it's mental, whether you're leaning wrong. Like, I equate it to, and as I know it's completely different, but when I first started playing golf, I went and took lessons before I even stepped on a course, like late 20s. And what I always tell people is I recommend you do that because, yeah, I still suck when I go out there. But now when I mishit a ball, I know why I mishit it. So then I can try to correct it, and then you end up hitting it worse. But at least I can tell myself, well, I did that because my arms were coming through too fast. I just got to slow it down a little bit. But fixing it's another thing. But Seawald's got to know what's happening to him. Then it becomes, how do you stop it? It's like when you let go of it.
Yeah, it almost seemed like he kind of knew. I don't know. I was watching. It was one of the 2 home runs.
Yeah. Well, I could tell you this. One of them, he turned around instantly because he knew it was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember which one it was either. But no, they know. They know their bodies. They know their techniques. It's same thing with the starting pitching. That's what cracks me up. Like, starting pitchers know if they're dropping their shoulder, and that's why their pitchers are going wild and stuff. It's just they can't stop doing it because they're tired, and stuff to that effect. And they know what they're doing. It's just stopping it. But the bigger thing with the closer, 99% of closer mentality in my eyes is just mentality.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to come in here, and this is my ball. You're not touching my ball. And if you don't have that confidence, I don't know if you can perform as a closer. Because those batters.
Because the one thing about the 2 home runs last night, it wasn't like somebody hit a eye level fastball, tomahawked it out,
Yeah, exactly. They went out and got it outside of the batting.
Yeah, it's like, you got to give the hitter some credit sometimes.
The one I showed you was right down the middle.
You might have hit it to the first baseman.
I still would have whiffed on it. He could have told me it was coming and where it was going to be at.
I have no doubt both of us would.
I go to the batting cage, and every once in a while, I'll be like, whatever the fastest speed is, like 100 and something like that. And I'm like, I'm going to do that one. So I'm like trying to bunt it. I'm struggling to get a bunt down because they're coming in so fast.
I would turn on 100 and just sit behind the backstop and watch how fast it comes in.
It comes in quick, man. It comes in quick. Like, literally, I'm like ready to bunt, and then I hear it hit the back thing, and I'm all.
Where did it go?
It's extremely, and that's no movement too.
Yeah.
These professional guys are throwing 100 and something, and it's going all over the place coming in. So there's your Diamondbacks, folks. I don't know. Are you more optimistic? Those of you at home, are you worried about how they're going to do this? What their decision's going to be?
I just wonder, again, the mentality of both teams. Was that a lift for the Diamondbacks that they came back, they found a way to win after that disappointing 9th inning?
We're going to find out at 9:30 this morning.
Or, are they saying here we go again? And what about the Pirates? You're down 6-0. You come back to tie it.
Yeah, it's a letdown.
You're freaking rocking and rolling, and then
Crowd's losing their minds. We're gonna find out at 9:30.
yeah.
That's what I'm fascinated by. A closer's going to blow saves, and it doesn't affect a team if it's occasional. Like even the best closer in baseball, Miller, has blown saves. And you're like, okay, it was one time. But it's been a pattern here leading up to this. Yesterday wasn't like yesterday was the grand finale of what we've seen coming.
Well, the other thing is, think about this, because usually when you say a closer blows a save, what does that equate to? A loss.
You lose the game. Yeah.
They didn't lose the game.
Well, I think it's easy if you're the team. That's what's fascinating.
Yeah.
Because it's easy as a team to go, we overcame our brother and we helped him out and everything. And he'll be better tomorrow. It's easy to say that.
Right.
Here's the difference, though, and this is what I paid attention to. And I said it earlier. If you didn't watch that game last night and you just paid attention to social, you think the Diamondbacks lost this morning and yesterday. You have no clue they came back and won that thing in 12. 0. It's like Sewald threw that ball, that thing was launched out, and that game was over.
Well, you had
now that's the fan base.
Yeah.
But the team could also be feeling that way, like, okay, we came back this time. But we had the win before this.
I think it's more resilience. We overcame that.
Why did I have to work so hard to come back and win this thing when we had this one already?
I could have been in bed an hour ago.
It would be, well, I mean, did you ever have a kicker that missed multiple kicks in a game? You turned on them pretty quickly as a team. Like, oh, my God. Troy's going, we need to score a touchdown here, guys, because this guy ain't making it to win this game. So we got to score a touchdown. Michael, go deep. Michael, run that Alvin Harper play.
Go to your right position.
So even if you go down and win the game, after, let's say he misses a field goal to go up and your defense gets the ball back and then you go down, score, and you win the game. And it's happened a few times. Are you going to that locker room going, we overcame that? Or are you going to the locker room going, we were lucky to win that because our kicker over here sucks donkeys. And we're working too hard because that guy should have won it for us 10 minutes earlier.
To me, it comes down to if you win. As soon as you said that, I don't go to the NFL. I go to college my senior year.
Well, either way, yeah.
The University of Texas, we're both undefeated, big game, top 5.
That's right.
And every one of our games was a 3-point game. And we had 2 long drives in the first half, 12-play drives. We ran the ball a lot. Ended up getting stopped on third down, had to kick a chip shot 20, 25-yard field goal. First one misses. Now, I'm walking off the field. I glance over. I don't say anything to the kicker. It's hot,
the long snapper.
Steamy.
Yeah, the long snapper. You don't go.
No,
good try, man. We'll get him next time.
No, I said nothing. But then almost the same thing happened in the second quarter.
Yeah,
and the linemen are getting tired. You're out there 15 plays.
Yeah,
that's a long time.
That's why it can change.
And then he misses another chip shot, and we're walking off, and I look over at him, and I thought he had a little grin on his face. It's probably the only time I ever ripped into a kicker. You little.
Yeah.
Bleep.
Yeah. Bleep, bleep,
Yeah.
bleep.
Yeah.
I got to go find that film.
Yeah.
Was that the Texas game? I got to go find that film.
And we ended up losing the game by 3 at the end. So that hurts.
Well, that's why it changes. And I know football is a different sport than baseball. But, Marte can't be happy. He's having to play into the 12th inning when it should have been over after 9 and things to that effect, and it's like, man, we worked hard at this. But like I said, it's not that that was his first time. It's been leading up to it out there.
But they've lost the other ones.
I'm trying to, I know they had to come back after a blown where a relief pitcher did it, but I think you're right. I think on all the blown saves for Sewald, I think I think they won another one, but I think most of them they lost. I'm thinking, and I don't have it off the top of my head, folks. I think there's another one where Seawald blew it, and then they won it after that. Other than that, most of the time when he blows the save, they lose it.
Right.
And stuff like that. And,
I thought for sure they're going to lose in the 10th inning. I thought with momentum and everything. And
that's what impresses me the most. For them to win last night, well, it's like basketball. You're down by 20 and you come back. Well, it's great.
yeah.
But the other team's still winning because you had to work so hard to come back. You're going to be tired compared to the other team. Robert says, fought was nails, threw 94 on his 101st pitch. Thompson hasn't been the same since he tried to be an actual ball player and threw off balance to right field. And Robert said, Seawald will be back out there on the next save chance. I agree with that today. If they have a save chance today, I'm just telling you guys, turn it off because Seawald's going to go back out there. Win or lose, he's going to go back out there today. Robert says the brain trust, and that's in quotes, has to get together before any decision is made. And this is a terrible way to run a baseball program. It's being run by the executives, not the people in the dugout and stuff like that. My opinion is everything on the field should be manager. If you wanna be in charge of lineups and you want to be in charge of if Marte gets a day off after he's in the lineup and you want to do that as a GM, okay, fine. Once the game starts, if Torey doesn't want him to go in and close, then Torey can make that decision. I think it's terrible if the GMs are making those decisions as well out there. Robert says it should have been 2 for 27. He said that was not a hit by Carroll in the second inning. I forgot about that. We can talk about that. But, I mean, they have a challenging pitch problems. That's manifested itself recently. I covered that last week.
Right.
And then, like I said yesterday, there were 4 pitches that could have been challenged and won. And nobody challenged any of them there earlier in that game last night as well. So, Autumn says, I very rarely get worked up watching a game. Come on, Autumn. You're talking to me here. Actually, baseball is the one where she's actually calm on. Everything else, I'm like, would you settle down? It's kickoff. That was just the opening kickoff.
Somebody missed a block, see?
She goes, usually it's on the background, and I pay attention when something happens. But I was actually annoyed watching that game. So frustrating. Yeah. That's what the Diamondbacks do. And they're somehow still in the third wild card spot.
Yes.
It just goes to the contradiction of the Diamondbacks, Dale, where you just beat your head up against the wall. You feel today like they're 20 games out of the wild card spot and the season's been dismal and they lost last night and another blown save. That's what you feel like today. None of that's true. There's still
as long as they don't feel that way.
And they're still getting J-Mo. I'm just questioning. It takes a toll on a long season. I'm not saying that they're going to come out today at 9:30. If anything, they're going to be tired, so they might look sluggish. That's what worries me today.
But how tired are they going to be compared to Pittsburgh?
Well, yeah, but I don't know how do I put this delicately? There's some players on the Diamondbacks that aren't mentally strong. I'm surprised Marte's in this lineup today for that reason.
Oh.
I expected him to have a rest day today.
Skipper last night and said, I want to go tomorrow. Important game.
Is he how into it is he going to be? Right, type of a situation. So today's lineup, I already went over that. Erod's on the mound, 9:35 a.m., folks. We'll know early. We'll see how people might, if they lose this game and Seawald blows a save later on, leave work a little bit later because there's going to be a lot of upset people leaving work at their normal times. Road rage might be through the roof later on today as well. When we come back, we got NFL talk with Dale here before he takes off here today. College football, I told you, we're 1 month out. Later on in the show, I'll tell you about that coming your way on.
When does ASU report?
Next week. I'm off on my dates. I think it's next week.
Okay.
Which is weird because the basketball team's already together and working out and all that stuff. And it's like football's still coming. Come on back, folks. Lots of NFL talk coming up next. The main event. Yeah, I know. Robert. Robert says Marte is only the DH because he is DH in today.
Right.
So he says only in there to see 9 pitches and his 4 at bats. You think he's going to get to 9? He has that tendency to go up there and swing at the first pitch these days as well. Well, I get it. He's DH. But like I said, you got to be careful how you phrase these things around Marte because the Marte lovers are going to freak out on you. I get it. He's only the DH, but still that's having to stretch out, sit on the bench, get ready to go to bat. Surprise. Maybe it's turning over a new leaf, Dale. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, at football news, thank God we're not the Atlanta Falcons. We can talk about quarterback problems. They just reported, literally just reported, Tua, who's their quarterback, folks, he's on that team now, has a minor injury that has flared up.
Yes.
What, driving to the facility? Is that when it flared up?
Maybe he turned wrong.
Do you ever, meaning turned left instead of right, and his leg injury flared up?
He got his shoes out of his locker.
Now, Michael Penix Jr., knee injury, he's not fully prepared for full team work. His injury, obviously, he's still recovering from last year's knee injury and stuff. So the Atlanta Falcons, QB1, starting camp today, Dale. Jack Strand, QB1. And then they just signed old Cooper Rush.
There you go.
To come in and run camp for them. They have no quarterbacks to run camp because they're 2 quarterbacks. Boy, it's going to be a fantastic season for the Falcons this year, isn't it? And then Bijan Robinson sitting out. He's a hold in as well. He's due for, he can be upgraded. He can be extended this year from his rookie contract. He's a hold in as well. And so's Gibbs, who was just traded as well to Houston. Is that where Gibbs went? I believe. Unless it's not Atlanta, is it?
No, they did not sign with Bijan Robinson.
I was going to say, it's got to be Houston, I think, is where he went. So that's where we are. But then, what a disaster for the Atlanta Falcons. Like, we can argue all we want about Jacoby Brissett signing and all of that.
Actually, Jahmyr Gibbs still in Detroit.
Oh, Gibbs is in Detroit. Oh, they traded Montgomery.
Yeah.
That's right. I had him backwards. Okay. Yeah, I was looking over some defensive stuff, and they're saying the Detroit Lions defense is scheduled to be second hardest defense in the league going into this season, by the way.
Huh.
4th place team, folks, last year.
Yeah, not your typical 4th place team.
I know. I only laugh because I was like, oh, Cardinals have 4th place schedule. And they got to play the Chiefs and the Lions on top of their 3 division teams as well. Aaron Darnold is not going to be signing and playing with the Rams this year. I don't think so. But we'll get definitive answer here coming up.
And definitely not first 2 months of the season.
No, if they're going to sign him, it's going to be for a playoff run at the end. So it's interesting because I was reading about this. It's not like they can just be like, all right, you're back. They actually have to figure out, because he retired under contract. You have to close that. You can't just come back. You have to close out that contract somehow, come to a deal and everything to close out that contract and then give him like another 1-year deal or something. That's not it. That's going to be salary cap implications for the Rams and everything closing out the one. The other reason why we're going to find out if he's going to come back or not, it's going to be a question unless Bucks defensive tackle Vita Vea, as his real name is, but I like to call him Vita Vea. He has an open trade request for the Bucks.
Yeah.
The odds of what team he's going to sign with, Rams lead that. So if the Rams sign him, they're obviously not going to also sign Donald as well. So that's going to shut down that news. If they don't get him, he's going to be. Here's the other thing about it, Dale. What a coincidence. He asked for a trade. Training camp starts, and he asked for a trade. He shows up to camp and tweaks something. Now he's not practicing, according to the Bucks. What a coincidence that happened, huh, Dale?
I have a feeling that if he had his new contract, that tweak could go in.
That thing probably heals up so quick.
Yep.
Their head coach, Todd Bowles, there in Bucksland, said they have no conversations about trading him. Do you believe that?
I believe right now, I know the way that came down was he gave the Bucks until training camp started.
Yes.
To sign a new deal and
yeah, and they were taking calls though, right?
I don't know.
Don't you always listen to calls? Like, even if you're not interested, you're listening.
And maybe in case somebody blows you out of the
Yeah.
water.
Somebody goes, you get our number one pick for the next 30 years. You're trading the guy for that. You know? But I just find it funny how he, I want to trade. Oh, my hamstring. Can't practice. But yeah, the odds are he's going to end up with the Rams plus 100. Chargers are plus 200. 49ers plus 400. And then it gets a little squirrely. Raiders plus 600. I mean, the Raiders got the space and everything to sign him and trade for him, but Max Crosby and him. Don't forget, Max Crosby's still with the Raiders, folks. That trade didn't go through as well. Yeah. You want to know where the Cardinals are on this list? Plus 6,600 that they trade for him, and then he lands here. So you're saying there's a chance only the Bears, Jaguars, Bengals, Browns, Vikings, Chiefs, Dolphins, Saints, Giants, and Eagles have worse odds.
Well, the Eagles just spent a bunch of money on their tackle.
Yeah, the Eagles. If the Eagles sign him, they're just hoarding defensive tackles at that point, right? Which brings you up to the next point as well that you just brought up. Jalen Carter. This kid is dominant. You knew it coming out of Georgia. He had some off the field stuff you kind of had to worry about a little bit, right?
Yeah.
He just signed a 4-year, $152 million extension worth up to $160 million. $106 million guaranteed on this. He's the highest paid defensive tackle in NFL history now as well for Jalen Carter.
He's dominant when he wants to be.
That's the problem. He can take some time off there. He's with the Eagles through the 2031 season. How good is Jalen Carter? If you don't watch the Eagles, or maybe you're like, he's not that good, is he? He's 30. The Eagles are 32-11 when he plays. That's regular season and playoffs.
Right.
No, it's not all him. That defense tends to be stacked a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But he's a disrupting force in the middle.
Well, I mean, as an offensive lineman, when you just have a beast in that middle, I mean, blocking schemes.
Yeah, I mean, you're sliding protection to him. You're trying to get double teams on him in the run game. So not only does it, occupy another lineman, leaves a linebacker or another defensive lineman with single blocks or whatever, but he can still beat double teams. And he's a big problem to deal with for sure.
Yeah, and I when I saw the record of him playing and not playing, 32-11, like holy cow.
Yeah, usually that's a quarterback stat, not a defensive tackle stat.
He commands this thing. And when we come back, beginning of the second hour, Dale, before we get into what the Cardinals did, I saw Marvin Harrison do something yesterday that just makes me want to just
jump for joy.
No, because
did you jump, Steve?
Yeah, well, I jumped, not for joy though. I just don't get it, man. You're practice. Nobody's around you. How does it? Hit you right in the hands. How do you drop it?
No.
Come on back, folks. But Cardinals can do something. Change the whole trajectory of this franchise, Dale. Let's do it. Come on back. I'll tell you about it. Second hour next.